Hello world, Will White here. Piked Antler Survival School. I want to bring you an evergreen medicine and food. And now is the best time to learn this stuff because it's wintertime and there's just a lot less options, a lot less distractions. And you can confirm that this is an available food year round, at least in Western North Carolina. And what we have here is a pine. Usually everything out here is white pine. I'm not even sure what kind of pine this is, but this applies to every pine to the best of my knowledge. Catkins. Catkins, sometimes called the male pine cone or the male cone. Technically, it's not a male pine cone, it's a catkin. So at the tips of your male pine trees, right here, this is on the tip of the male pine trees. You can see these little cones. Again, not cones, these are catkins. Now, they kind of do resemble little cones, but they're not. They are catkins, and they grow very long. They get a lot longer. This is where pollen is produced. You need to know stuff about pollen. You don't need to, but it'd be helpful. There's a lot of things you can know about these. I'm going to give you a few. One, vitamin D. This is very high in vitamin D. Has more vitamin D than eggs. Now, you may be thinking, oh, bone density. That's important, but survival. This is a survival channel, so let's think about how vitamin D affects you in a survival situation. Mood. All right, vitamin D helps you feel good, helps you feel well. So when you're low on vitamin D because you're malnourished, you're in a survival setting, you don't have food, you don't have milk, you didn't catch a goat and milk it and drink the milk, right? It's just not an option. Sun's out, so you're not getting that vitamin D from the sky or from the sun, but you can get it from the catkins. 2, fiber. According to my research, this is new to me. I just happened to do a quick little research scan before I shot this video and learned something new, which is protein. According to my research, this has more protein per volume than meat, but it's not the catkin, it's the pollen it produces. So going back to what I just said, it's not the catkin that has all the vitamin D or the protein, it is the pollen that the catkins produce. So good to know. Downside of that, may sound great, like wow, more vitamin D, more protein. Oh, pollen, I'll just use that. Like to make anything edible out of pollen takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. And it's got to be the right time of the year to actually collect the pollen, because right now there's going to be no pollen. Sometime around spring, you'll be able to go up to a pine tree, smack it, and you'll just see pollen, big cloud of it. That'd be your time to harvest it. And apparently, it's a DHEA, which in the fitness world is a testosterone precursor. It helps stimulate your body to produce testosterone, which is pretty awesome. It's also a very beneficial phytohormone. Phytohormones are hormones plants produce that help regulate growth, development, sexual reproductive actions, or processes, and even death. So it's pretty powerful phytohormone. The pollen also has over 200 absorbable, usable nutrients that the human body can absorb and use. We can't absorb every vitamin and mineral that we consume. Some of them just the human body doesn't use. 200 in the pollen that we can use. Super healthy, super helpful, great survival, really medicine and food. My favorite part, and off topic, on topic, the cambium layer of pine is great. It's a great expectorant. I did a video on this, I think last year. Check it out. The best hunter's cough medicine, I think is the name of the title. The cambium layer, if you make a tea out of it, it's an expectorant. It helps clear your lungs, kind of like mullein. The plant, but you can't find mullein year round. That's why pine is better, in my opinion. It's always available. The cambium layer also has an abundant amount of calcium, iron, and fiber. So a lot of good stuff. Plus, fat wood, light or not, it's great for starting fires, pine needle tea, all this stuff. My favorite part about this is these catkins are high in starch. What does that mean for you? Starch is expanding your belly. If you've ever been really, really hungry, and all you can think about is hunger, you're in just a piss poor mood, you're moody, irritable, can't think, unmotivated, all that stuff. Apply all those into a survival situation. Really bad combination. So if you can have a few of these, literally 5 or 6 of these will help your belly feel full. So once these hit your belly and the water mixes with it, it expands and gives you a sensation of feeling full. Are you really full? No. It just feels like it. But it allows you to start thinking more clearly because you're not thinking food. Yeah, I'm cold, but food. I'm tired. Food. I'm lost. Food. All you're thinking about is food. This will alleviate you just a little bit and give you a little break. And it's very, very simple. You just get the catkins and eat them. Oh, and they taste like terrible. But now you know, another evergreen medicine and food. Put it in your toolbox. Imagine if you could hit a button called subscribe, and once a week someone will walk by you and say, hey, Did you know that Orion's belt rises in the east and sets in the west in the northern hemisphere? Now you know. Just little tips and tricks, you know? And you're like, oh, okay, I know that now. Very simple, small doses that you can actually absorb and use. Small doses that you can retain and use in the future versus just a video every day, 45 minutes, just so much information you can't retain it. I like to do little tidbits once a week. So hit subscribe because the small doses that you can absorb, and it might save your life one day. And share it because it might save your friend's life. And who knows, maybe we'll cross paths and I'll be in trouble and I'll need you to save my life. So do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, get notified. I'm not selling anything except for information. Do it for me, do it for you. Stay alive as long as you can. Bye. Yeah. It's disgusting. Ugh, especially in the back of the tongue. Tip's not so bad, but... Ugh. What? It's food.